All right, getting set up here. I am milking by candlelight as well. We got a mosquito candle here, as well as my headlamp. My headlamp makes it a little bit easier so you guys can see. But we get that notification out of there. We I milked Willow and Lilac. We did an Instagram, and they were a little bit more difficult. But I just kind of, if you happen to see that on Instagram, I wanted to show you kind of how much easier. Millie is really turning out to be our easiest milker. I do still have to strap her legs back because she will kick and knock the bowl over like Willow did and like Lilac does, but you can kind of get an idea of the pace here. That's going quickly. But it was more like this with Willow and Nora, but I guess I'm also learning too. This is kind of my first go round. First, what's this, the second or third day we were milking them. We did milk them a little bit when they first had the babies, but this is now we separated them, so this is kind of the starting the long haul, I guess. I've been milking for a little bit, but I kind of wanted to pop on YouTube here and get a little comparison. If you're not familiar, we do this to stimulate the kind of recreate when the little babies are milking. They milk and then they push up, and that helps the milk come down. This is our doe. She's let's see, year and a half old. Millie Guernsey. Her original name is Guernsey. We got her from really nice people out in Maryland, New York. Maryland, New York. And we got her and Lilac and Cash and Flint all the way from there. Great, very helpful. She was one of the ladies when we didn't know what we were doing and they were giving birth and we were wondering what's going on. What about this? What about that? Stephanie, she's like, call me whenever you need. She's very helpful, super friendly. And we're super appreciative of her. And this girl is very sweet. Little Millie Guernsey. Millie Guernsey's baby is Chocolate. Well, the kids call him Chocolate. He's a little boy that's he's like tan, and so if you guys haven't heard, the story is when he was born, Millie was not really sure what was going on, and so she didn't really take right to him right away, and so we thought she wasn't gonna let him latch on. She was kicking him off. Oh, say hi to the neighbors driving by. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Brian. I'm just that crazy neighbor out milking my goats, you know. But so she originally was pushing the baby away, didn't want to let him milk, didn't want to let him get near her, didn't want to clean him off, all the things that you'd look for them to do. And so we kept working with her, and eventually she didn't ignore him or fight him. That was good. And we weren't sure, so Lilac had lost her two girls, unfortunately, but she was very sweet and docile, and so we were able to attach them, bond them or whatever. So then he was milking off of Lilac. But then when he started milking off of Lilac, Millie decided to let him milk, and I kept catching him milking off of both of them. So he is huge. He's like probably a good 50% larger than the other boys. So he is a big boy, and he's friendly. He's our little funky troublemaker. He's leading the pack of boys. And we had the boys separated out now down down at the other original coop there, and we got these girls up here in the garden area doing some weed whacking for us, for a little bit at least. And the one little girl, Nora had one little girl. Unfortunately, the two that passed away were girls. That would have been nice to have some more girls. We got so many boys, but we'll do better next year. I think now we know more. We know we need to intervene earlier. I was afraid to intervene. I'm usually wanting to let things take their natural course and not interfere, but I think in that case we should have jumped in a little bit earlier, unfortunately. But lessons learned, and ultimately the situation, from what I was told, it probably wouldn't have mattered either way, but unfortunately just one of those things that happens with goats and with all animals, I guess. Gotta kind of be ready for that. Do your best, and you win some, you lose some, but we do our best to take care of them. It's always sad when we aren't able to do that, or feel like we aren't able to do that. But we have a lot of other stuff that outweighs it. We have a lot of good times, and a lot of things we're able to treat these guys really well, and really kind of pay them back. They give us so much milk and meat and whatever else, and we're thankful. We want to take good care of them for that. Plus they're fun. So peace of mind, relaxation, whatever, I guess, stuff we get out of it. I don't know, you probably can't see, but Becky is right here chilling. They keep coming over wanting to cuddle. Are you giving out grain? Nope, no grain right now. Is that it? I feel like you didn't have much in there. Millie's doing that thing that Willow was doing last night, where she's just staring straight out into the woods, wide-eyed, like what's out there. It's a little freaky, except for tonight it's quiet. Last night there was coyotes in the woods, way back in the woods, and they're staring, and I'm like, no. So I was singing and yelling at the top of my lungs, making as much noise as I can. I didn't see anything. But it's always the dark wilderness that you're like, oh boy, what's in those dark wilderness? Do I see eyes? No, those are deer. Maybe they're not. I don't know. And we have the goats up here on the kind of the back of the property against the woods there, with the garden. We moved our garden this year a little further, nicer spot. Well, this is almost a wrap here, Miss Lady. Almost a wrap. Millie's our last one for the night. We're milking three goats. Milking Willow, Lilac, and Millie. Willow does really well. She has a ton of milk. And Lilac's been not bad too. It's all getting started. As they kind of get their milk production will adjust, from being used to feeding babies to being used to being milked. I think Willow probably has more off the bat because she had 3 boys, where the other ones only were used to feeding, well, Millie and Lilac were feeding one gigundo baby. I think we just about got you cleaned up there. Your toenails need to be trimmed, huh? I think so. Time for a spa day. We're very excited. We'll do a video on this, but we're very excited. We're actually going to be getting sheep. We're getting Katahdin sheep. They're hair sheep. So we won't have to worry. We decided to do the hair sheep because we want it for the meat, but we'd love to do wool, but it's a lot of work, and it's a whole nother thing to learn. So I figured we'll get used to taking care of the sheep, and all the things that go along with them without the wool. That